Welcome to The Save Files, a new weekly show where I, Patricia Hernandez, will cover gaming mysteries, including the paranormal, the supernatural, or just plain weird. Yesterday, Pokémon developers Game Freak unveiled a new monster, UB01. UB01 is classified as an Ultra Monster. Over at the official website, we are told that Ultra Beasts possess mighty powers and could pose a threat to humans and Pokémon. It also mentions that UB01's body is composed of a glass-like substance. However, it's constantly changing shapes, never settling on one. While evidence of something like a survival instinct could be observed in UB01, no one knows whether it has a will of its own or any emotions. It's said that, for some reason, its movements resemble those of a young girl. That last detail is peculiar, yeah? Well, observant Pokemon fans have noticed that UB01 has an uncanny resemblance to another character, Lily. According to the official website, Lily is a mysterious girl who assists the professor. This young girl is about the same age as your character, and she's working as Professor Kokoi's assistant for personal reasons. We are also told that Lily will play an important role in the game. The biggest theory seems to be that UB01 is Lily somehow, or they are at least connected in some way. Maybe that seems far-fetched, but let's look at another faction in Pokemon Sun and Moon, the Aether Foundation. According to the lore, they've created an artificial island where they conduct research projects. Maybe the Ultra Pokemon are a part of that research? Did the Aether Foundation create Ultra Beasts through some sort of human Pokemon genetic experiment? Did the Aether Foundation maybe tap into a different dimension where the Ultra Pokemon reside? According to Game Freak Shigeru Omori, the two games take place in different worlds, which is part of why Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon have a 12-hour difference between them. In Pokemon Oras, the game itself opens up the possibility of parallel universes, so it doesn't seem completely out of the question. At the very least, some fans are paranoid that the Aether Foundation will be revealed to be the true villains of Pokemon Sun and Moon, and not Team Skull, as the trailers have suggested. There's just a sense that there's something out of the ordinary going on in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Take, for instance, another monster that was introduced yesterday, Type Null, a Pokemon that would make Missigno itself proud. While the name alone is evocative, the lore behind the Pokemon is also of interest. According to the developers, Null was constructed to synthesize the strengths of various Pokemon, enabling it to adapt to any situation. To complete a certain mission, there was a need of a Pokemon powerful enough to rival those Pokemon often spoken of in mythology. So it very much sounds like someone created Type Null. Now, synthetic Pokemon are nothing new, but in this case, Pokemon fans are wondering if perhaps Ultra Beasts and Type Null are the result of Pokemon experiments by the Aether Foundation. Those theories are pretty tame compared to some of the other stuff I've seen out there. Some people are wondering if Type Null is an attempt to recreate Arceus. I've even seen some people theorize that UB01 isn't a Pokemon at all, but rather some sort of eldritch being. Maybe that's how different dimensions or parallel universes come into play? Thankfully, we'll know the truth about what is actually going on soon as Pokemon Sun and Moon drops on November 18th.